We're on to our fourth video on dividing using the bus stop method, and we're looking at decimals. And in this one, we're going to see what's called a recurring decimal. Let's get started. So we have 484 divided by 3. Let's change colour. How many 3's in 4? Well, we can get 1, and we would have a remainder of 1. So now we're going to say, how many 3's in 18? There are 6 3's in 18. I'm going quite quickly with the multiplication, but as I've said before, you can pause if you need more time to think about that. There are no remainders here because 3 times 6 is 18. So we just move on and we say, how many 3's in 4? There is 1. And we have a remainder of 1. You should start to feel confident in what to do here. We've got this remainder, so we're going to need to put a decimal point and some zeros, because we now know we're going into decimals or fractions of the amounts. We need our decimal point at the top as well to keep place value. And now let's think where we were. 3's into 4 goes once with a remainder of 1. So that 1 is going to go in front of that 0 to make 10. And we're going to say, how many 3's are there in 10? There are 3 3's. 3 3's are 9. We have a remainder of 1. We're going to put it in front of that 0 to make 10. How many 3's in 10? There are 3 3's. There's 1 left over, 1 remainder. We're going to need another 0 and put that 1 in front of it. How many 3's in 10? And by now, you should start to see that that's just going to go on forever. And I don't think we want to watch a video forever on this. So as soon as you start to realize you've always got the same remainder, the same amount left over, then we can see that this means it's going to be recurring. That sum is going to go on forever. And that's what happens sometimes when you're dividing and it doesn't go in equally. And as soon as you see a 3 and it's dividing into an equal number, an even number, then possibly you're going to get that. Not always, because if we had a 6 then or a 0, then it might not happen. But it's something to watch out for. Let's check it on the calculator. But I'm sure at some point you will have seen this where you've tried to divide a number by 3. And what we end up is with this recurring number. And so you just have to go long enough with your division until you know that that's just going to keep happening. Brilliant. So if you feel confident, have a go at the next 2. If you want to stay watching with me, that's absolutely fine. Right, so we're doing 790 divided by 3. 3's into 7 goes twice. 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to have a remainder of 1. 3's into 19 goes 6 times. 3 6's are 18. We've got a remainder of 1. So 3's into 10 goes 3 times. We've got a remainder of 1. So can you see what's going to happen here? If not, just keep going anyway. So 3's into 3 goes 3's into 10 goes 3 times with a remainder of 1, which is going to be carried over. We need a decimal here. 3's into 10 goes 3 times, remainder of 1. 3's into 10 goes 3 times, remainder of 1. And we can see the same thing's going to happen. It's going to be recurring. And what we tend to do mathematically, we can show this is going to be recurring by just putting a dot above that 3 to say this 3 is going to be repeated. If we were doing it in money, then we would just stop at after 2 decimal places. But be careful, you have to use the rules of rounding. So if it's more than 3, if it's more than 4, then you need to think about whether you need to round up. So many things to think about, but all these things are connected in maths. So the more you see that, the better. Okay, let's have a go at the last one. 3's into 2, 3's into 2, we can't get whole numbers out of. So we're going to move on and say 3's into 24. We're carrying that 2 over. 3's into 24 goes exactly 8 times. So no remainder. So we're now doing 3's into 5. 3 goes into 5 once with a remainder of 2. So we're going to put our decimal point, couple of zeros, put a 2 there. Don't forget your decimal point above. And we're now saying, how many 3's in 20? 3 goes into 20 6 times. 3 times 6 is 18. How much is left over? 2. 3 goes into 20 6 times. How much is left over? 2, because 3 times 6 is 18. And so again, we should be able to see that that's going to be recurring. So that's recurring. And this time we've got a 6. So it would be 81.6 recurring. Okay, so when you're dividing by 3, you may end up with 0.3, you may end up with 0.6. And actually, here's an important thing. So this would go on, so it would be 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, etc. So here, if we were writing it in terms of money, then we would need to put 81.67, because we want to cut off from here. The number after it is 5 or more. We round up to 67. If we want to write it as to show that it's recurring, we can put 81.6 with a dot above. And that is the end of my videos on bus stop method of division. But I will be making more on different ways of to divide, which might be more useful depending on the numbers you're using. Okay, that's the end of this video.